Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, currently featuring Steven Universe, Star vs. the Forces of Evil, Samurai Jack, and Mike Tyson Mysteries, among others. I'm Justin Cummings, and today I'm joined by Michelle Anderer.
Hello.
And Andy Potter.
Hey.
Today, Michelle, Andy, and I are here together for the very first time to discuss Mike Tyson Mysteries. We will be going through the first 2 episodes of Season 3, and we did not cover Season 1 and 2. I'm going to explain why in a second, but you can find this podcast and all our podcasts at overlyanimated.com, or by searching Overly Animated on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. So before we get into discussion of the episodes and general reactions and all that, I was the one who suggested we cover Mike Tyson Mysteries. This was a show I had seen in the past. I honestly thought it had gotten canceled, because I hadn't heard of it in about a year, and no one mentions it when it's not on. It's not like Rick and Morty where everyone's like, when's it coming back? When's it coming back? When's it coming back?
It's a little sad.
No one really noticed. And so I thought it had gotten canceled, so I missed the season premiere. So when it came on, I was just watching YouTube. I think I was watching a video for an Adult Swim studio game, which they make some great games, y'all. But I was watching the video, and the ad pops up, and it was a Season 3 trailer for Mike Tyson Mysteries. I immediately email Andy, and I'm like, you want to cover Mike Tyson Mysteries? And his response is, what the hell is that? So,
which is, to be fair, probably most people's response.
Yes.
And then I watched an episode, and I emailed Justin literally, what the fuck is this show?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, so Andy was on board at what the fuck. So I got approval from Dylan, and because the show is Adult Swim, we do get that wonderful explicit rating, so Michelle gets to keep swearing.
Yeah.
So then, literally, as we're about to record the Samurai Jack finale, I'm like, hey, Michelle,
really
you want to keep swearing? That was basically how I pitched it to you.
It was.
And so, Michelle has seen the newest episodes. I've seen most of it. Andy's seen everything. No, you've just seen Season 2, right?
Season 2, right?
Yeah, just Season 2.
Yeah.
So, together, we're all here to discuss the wonderful Mike Tyson Mysteries. Season 3, Episode 1 and 2. So, to give you guys the general summary of the show, World Boxing Champion Mike Tyson has raised a foster Asian daughter with the help of a potentially gay ghost, and there's a talking pigeon who lives with them, played by Norm Macdonald, who was previously a man and was cursed by his ex-wife Sasha. And together they solve mysteries Scooby-Doo style. Anyone need to add to that description of the show, or is that pretty much accurate?
I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, with that really weird premise, the show is basically, if you like old Scooby-Doo, Johnny Quest, anything like that, it's an homage to that era of cartoon, but also really weird and postmodern and Adult Swim. Andy, I know you saw the episode where they get sucked into the Charlie Rose show background.
Yeah, that was weird.
And that's kind of just how the show goes. We're going to talk about a special guest appearance here shortly of Mike Tyson's brother. But
oh God.
Yeah, to give the summary of the end of Season 2, Andy, can you summarize the last bit of Season 2, the last, I guess, 3 episodes? The important stuff.
There was the important things, I guess, the very little plot there was that Yun got a quote-unquote boyfriend from a Bible study class.
Oh my gosh.
And he was and he kept trying to tell Yun that the rapture was coming and that she had to have faith and all that. And then a demon possessed him, and God smote the demon that was possessing her not boyfriend's body, and their house burned down. Because of this, they took a mystery out of town, went to the farmlands in the middle of the United States, and they found a farmer, and they met a farmer, and they stopped there, and that farmer had a daughter who was a stripper who met men, cut off their penises, and cooked them into pies.
Whoa.
That's
memorable.
Yeah, it was. And then that girl was murdered by a horse. And that was where Season 3 ended.
Season 2.
season 2 ended. I think that's the important thing of season 2.
Yes, that is where I was
Sounds like
going.
memorable things for sure, yeah.
That was the end of season 2. So we come in, the first episode. What was the name of the first episode of this season again?
Help a brother out.
Help a brother out. So we come in to help a brother out. Mike's house is still on fire. Fire department's there and everything. And they're like, how'd your house get on fire? And we got Mike going, didn't you watch the last episode?
Right.
The last episode was the one with
Pretty
the farmer.
breaking the fourth wall.
The fourth wall break was beautiful. It's along the lines of, I don't know what episode these things air in. I don't know when stuff happens. I don't even know how it happens to me. And it's just Mike so confused by television order, and it's beautiful, truly. So they go on an adventure to find a place to live. Andy, you've seen DZ at this point, I assume, before this episode.
Yeah, was in season 2, yeah.
So they go off to live at Mike Tyson's agent's house, DZ, and it's a pile of shit.
Yes.
It's a beautiful little apartment. What did you think of the apartment, Michelle?
I mean, for one person, it actually had a decent amount of space, but it was very dirty and sad looking.
Would you live there?
If he didn't live there and all his stuff was gone, I'd consider it if the rent was cheap enough.
Andy, what about you? Would you stay there?
Not if it was with
not in that state of being.
What do you have against DZ?
I have nothing against DZ, it's just he does not keep his apartment very clean.
He's one of those people who likes to, like, nest and, like, leave all their stuff until it piles up into a legitimate nest of objects. And that's never good.
So everyone decides we're leaving DZ. They go off and Mike says, I know, we'll stay at my nerdy brother's house.
Oh my god.
It turns out this nerd brother is Neil deGrasse Tyson.
This show was so successful because I actually had to look up on Google to make sure this was
was real or not. Me too!
I love this show. It's so surreal.
For all the listeners, it is not real, for the record. It's not true.
Not.
I did have to double check. I was like, wait a minute, is Neil deGrasse are they related? But it was a very clever plot twist. And seeing Neil deGrasse Tyson then shut down Mike and say, no, you can't stay here, was just the whole episode, the whole point of the episode basically, Mike accidentally almost kills everybody, which ends up being a lot of episodes.
Oh my god.
Or except for the one episode where he did actually kill the group. There was an episode where he did poison the entire group and they became ghosts.
How did the show progress past that? Is it one of those really loose, like, non-continuity things where you can die one episode and it doesn't actually matter?
No, it's they were in a hospital and they needed to enter a coma patient's dream.
Oh my god.
So Mike Tyson poisoned everybody. They became ghosts, and then as they figured out the mystery, someone resuscitated them from the hospital.
Temporary death.
Yeah.
My question with the show is always, how serious is Mike Tyson? Like, how far from real life is Mike Tyson in this?
How far from reality is Mike Tyson?
It's like Adam West's character in Family Guy of Mayor West. You meet Adam West in real life and you're like, it's the same dude. Like, he's not playing a character. It feels like they just follow Adam around and film lines. Like, he feels that ridiculous, and I'm wondering if Mike Tyson is this obtuse in real life sometimes.
And the live action things at the end of each episode doesn't make me any more sure.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I was really thrown off by that. It's like, whoa, like, it's really him. Oh god, he really does look like the anime character. Even that tattoo thing on his face.
Yeah, Mike Tyson actually plays Mike Tyson, which is what's part of why I love this show so much. Because it plays off, like, the old stereotype of, like, celebrity guest stars in animated shows, and it's just, So, Mike almost kills everybody. DZ's cat saves the day.
That was really, I love how, DZ, like, figured it out in the most, like, convoluted, logical way.
You're a cat, I can't understand what you're saying.
And then, like, he proceeds to, like, figure it out anyway.
And then he goes to Neil Patrick Harris's house.
I know! That was also great. He's like, oh, wait, now that I think back, this makes no sense. I'm so sorry to bother you.
Because Mike's black and you're white, and just the whole...
And all the other reasons, yeah.
Yeah, there was a whole laundry list. And then they finally, DZ saves everyone, and they agree, okay, we'll go live with DZ. And we get this sweet moment of DZ talking about how this might help him out of his depression. And then they find Mike's wallet and leave him at the last moment. again. And that's just where we end. Because this show likes just ending abruptly.
I think I think this show is a good example of a show that I'm not sure would be better or worse for being 22 minutes long, because they really don't explore any of these weird, wacky things they do. They just introduce a weird, wacky thing, and that's it. And it just ends. Like, this is consistent with the entire show. They'll introduce, like, hey, we're gonna kill the entire cast, and then it's over. 2 seconds later. That's it. Like, could we have had an entire episode of interactions with Neil deGrasse Tyson? Maybe. But we only had 11 minutes to do this episode. But maybe that's what they want. I don't know. The show is so insane. I don't know what to think of it.
There's an episode in season 1 where they go to the airport. The mystery is picking up a guy from the airport, and it turns out to be Buzz Aldrin. And
what?
Mike Tyson accidentally kills Buzz Aldrin.
As he almost accidentally kills everyone, it seems like.
He gets a call from his insurance. Turns out this is the 11th astronaut he's accidentally killed.
Oh my god.
And so Mike's like obsessed with this conspiracy that he's a trained astronaut killer.
Oh, like a serial killer for astronauts.
Then there's a big secret on the moon. And then finally, it turns out he didn't. He's only killed 2 astronauts. The rest were astronomers.
Oh,
and then
wow.
The episode ends with a bunch of astronomers looking at the moon, and the dark side of the moon has a crater in the exact shape of Mike Tyson's tattoo.
Oh my god.
What?
And one of them freaks out, and he's like, I don't know, man, but someone's killing astronomers because of this secret. So he grabs his notes, run outside, and gets hit by Mike Tyson.
Oh my god.
It's wonderful, and this whole show is like
Guys,
that.
I don't even know why it's only been 2 episodes, but I like that it's so weird, and you kind of can just sit back and not analyze it too much.
It reminds me of early
it's
Adult Swim.
Nice. Yeah.
Back when Adult Swim went, all they did was make fun of Hanna-Barbera, like Space Ghost Coast to Coast, C-Lab 2021, Harvey Birdman. This feels like that era of Adult Swim, and I love it.
It's great.
And what sucks so much is that this is like the only show of that kind left on Adult Swim now. I mean, Venture Brothers to an extent, but it's like if you were watching last night, it goes straight from Mike Tyson Mysteries to Mr. Pickles, which might be one of the worst animated shows ever made.
What is that? You mentioned that before, Justin. What is Mr. Pickles?
It's a gore fest, gross out, demonic, just disgusting show about a dog.
Oh, whose name's Mr. Pickles?
Yes. Have you seen it, Andy?
No, but I hate gore fests. I'm very squeamish.
It's
what
horrible.
What do you mean by gore fest? I'm gonna look it up now.
The opening of the episode I caught had multiple people getting decapitated.
Oh god.
And then Mr. Pickles then proceeded to try to hump his owner's mother.
Oh, ew! I'm looking at the images. I don't even like the style of this animation. It feels
horrible.
Kind of weird and I don't.
So we go from this like old Adult Swim throwback to that, and I'm just like,
this is really awful. Okay, wow. I see the demonic thing now too. Like all the.
See, as much as like Mike Tyson Mysteries loves dropping the F-bomb and making masturbation jokes specifically about birds,
it feels more tasteful than this thing I just heard. Yeah, somehow.
Because it's all in fun. And it genuinely feels fun.
Also, I'd like to say we haven't really talked about it much, but I mean, there is a ghost and a pigeon in the main cast.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew's pigeon.
That's why I started watching the show. It's 2 reasons. Mike Tyson was in it and Norm Macdonald was in it. And I love Norm Macdonald. And because the only other time I've seen Norm Macdonald animated was in Fairly Odd Parents, where he plays Norm the Genie. And he's great in that. He's great as Norm the Genie. He's snarky and sarcastic and dry and hilarious. Here he can kind of drop the language filter. And he does at every possible moment.
He takes full advantage of the rating that this show has. I fucking love it.
Michelle, you've only seen 2 episodes, Michelle, but pigeon jacking off everywhere is a recurring theme.
Yeah, the sex thing came up a bit both episodes actually, and I was like, okay, pigeon, like, and now it makes this okay. So he used to be human, right? And he got transformed. Yes. So I was like, why is this pigeon like so nasty? Like, what the hell's up? Are all pigeons like this? And this is the only one that can talk, but he was like actually human.
There's a great episode. there's the great episode where Pigeon gets pissed at Mike, and Pigeon's like, "You don't even know my name, do you?" Pigeon, it's Richard. My name is Richard.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh,
Pigeon.
And then,
also important is that in the season finale with the stripper, Pigeon's the one that is having sex with the stripper that's killing everybody. So there's a point where she ties up Pigeon and she's trying to cut off his dick.
That's amazing. Oh man, I want to watch the second season when I have time.
there's
really funny.
a great moment in the first season where they're at a strip club and young he has been kidnapped and Pigeon thinks she's dead, so they hire a stripper to replace her. And and Pigeon he looks at the stripper and goes, "How much for a lap dance?" And she just looks at him, "Do you even have a lap?" And he's like, "We're gonna find out, aren't we?"
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, Pigeon.
Is Pigeon anyone's fave character? Out of curiosity,
Pigeon's my favorite.
He is. Okay.
He's my favorite.
I like
Bendy.
Marquez because I'm just a really big Jim Rash fan, honestly.
Okay.
Marquez is also just wonderful. Like, he's just a ghost for no reason. I feel like this show mixes
like no reason.
all of, like, the tropes of, like, old Hanna-Barbera. You've got, like, I feel like they have, it's almost like Young He's the only normal person in the cast. Everyone else is, like, the wacky sidekick. Like, Pigeon's, like, the Scooby-Doo animal buddy sidekick. Marquez is, like, the funky phantom sidekick. Mike Tyson's the celebrity, and that's an actual character. Mike Tyson's the celebrity appearance. Young He's the only one that's normal in this entire group.
But is she normal?
Yeah.
She's normal enough.
I mean, I can't compare it to everyone else. Like, that's the scale we're, critiquing this on. Compared to other normal people, who knows?
I guess.
Compared to, like, Mike Tyson, the Pigeon, and the Ghost, yeah.
Have you seen the season 3 trailer?
No.
No.
So, it's Mike Tyson sitting here, telling people how to send in a mystery. And at the end, he says, "So when life punches you, don't get knocked out, get knocked up by me, Mike Tyson."
Oh. Okay.
That,
It's just going to be a little bit of an adjustment, but...
If that doesn't make you want to watch this show, then nothing will. So let's dive into the second episode of this season, the beginning, which is really weird. The first episode of season 1 is called The End, and we're just now in the beginning. So we finally get the new house, and does Mike Tyson understand what year 2001 was?
Yeah, that was really great. She's like, "Oh, it was a different time, different clothes, people talking different," and it was like,
It's like, Mike, 2001 was not the disco era.
Nah, his outfit was really confusing.
I want to stop you real quick because you passed over one of my favorite gags of the episode with Marquez being so proud of the house and no one appreciating it at all.
Yeah.
Yes.
The windows are different. How can you not tell?
The windows were different. They were.
Yes.
They were different.
When Marquez starts cursing, it's my favorite thing because it's always muttered under his breath. It's...
Oh my god.
I think the point of Marquez in this show, like, he showed up when he was really young to make Mike Tyson a better person and just stayed.
Oh.
I think.
Okay. That's your headcanon?
Season 1 kind of hinted at that. Like, they always talked about, like, Marquez is like, "I made you a better person." Like, they talk about it a bit in season 1, but I don't think the show cares.
She did a lot of things to show it doesn't really prioritize. It's probably one of them.
And then, what'd you think of Mike's reaction to the new appliances?
Oh, that was incredible. He's just completely separated from reality. I love it.
Oh, is these hand-stitched throw pillows? Why, yes, they are, assholes.
Yeah, the ghost is growing on me. The Pigeon was just like such a standout. It was easy to see what he's all about right away. But I think the ghost is more of a subtle.
He's not about much.
You like him
Michelle.
over time.
He's not about much. He's about gambling, drinking, and sex.
The Pigeon, yes.
Yes.
Is it? So is the ghost canon queer? Because
yes.
Yeah.
They talk about it a lot. It is true. They I think they make a couple too many jokes about it sometimes.
I think they've started to chill on that a bit, but I do agree. That's the one thing I do find probably the worst about this show. But on the other hand, Marquez does kind of own himself, so...
Stands his ground.
And they're never really, like, they're never mean-spirited jokes.
No.
It's always from, like, Pigeon, and Pigeon just, you don't care what Pigeon's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a great episode where Pigeon pretends to be a director for a film called The Untitled Vagina Project. You've seen this
God.
one,
Yes.
he solicits these actresses to just send in pictures, very specific detail. I'm not quite sure what he was after because they didn't show us, obviously, but it was quite something. And so Pigeon makes a comment to Young Hee, "Oh, you should audition for my movie. You don't even have to send me a picture of your vagina." Young Hee goes, "Why?" And Pigeon just responds, "No one wants to see that."
Well, that's the thing. Pigeon, no. Pigeon has this on and off again, like, thing with Young Hee. He constantly is trying to get to see her naked. It's really weird.
Wait, how old is she?
18.
She's 18.
Oh, I thought she was like 14.
She's
okay.
18.
I was like, whoa, Pigeon.
I think
like,
in the
what
first
hell?
episode they say she's 18.
Okay.
But everyone calls her little boy.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, yeah, they called her that in the second episode of season 3. They were visiting George Bush.
Have you seen how they get the mysteries yet, Michelle? I forget if that was in the first 2 episodes.
In the second one, they got the first one randomly, like, on a note somehow. Is it magic? I don't remember.
They always show up on the leg of a pigeon.
On the leg of a pigeon! Oh.
Because
cool.
Mike has a pigeon coop in the back of his house, and he has carrier pigeons arrive with
reasons.
mysteries.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
I'll buy
And
it.
literally, they call it out in one episode where he's like, "I don't know why we're not getting mysteries," and Marquez is just like, "I can't believe we got any mysteries. Who's sending carrier pigeons?"
Yeah, seriously though.
Is that
how
the
they found
episode with
pigeon?
the rival
like,
team?
Was he a carrier pigeon?
Yeah, that's the same episode with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg starts his own mystery team.
Yeah, you told me about that. That's part of what got me intrigued.
With Snoop?
Yes. Animated Snoop.
And it has a Asian boy, a mountain lion, and a butler, I think, on their team. But it's an actual mountain lion, not a talking mountain lion.
It's just a straight up mountain lion.
That's like more impressive to get on your team though.
He eats somebody by the end of the episode.
Yeah, see, they got the intimidation factor.
He eats someone on the team.
Was it the Asian boy or the butler?
Never mind.
He eats the Asian boy, I'm pretty sure.
As long as it's not my Uncle Snoop.
Oh my god.
I don't know what to say to that, Justin.
No, that's not me being weird. He called himself that for quite a while.
He did.
Okay.
I kid you not. He insisted everyone call him Uncle Snoop. He also went by Snoop Lion after a really bad weed trip in Jamaica.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 2014 he started going by Uncle Snoop.
This is good trivia on Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. You gotta have all the Snoop names. Snoop Dogg's also been in an Epic Rap Battle of History if you want more Snoop facts.
Yes, thank you.
He played Moses.
Unsubscribe?
Yeah.
So, my favorite gag of this episode has to be Pigeon's reaction to the family photo wall.
Oh,
and he's not on it.
He's not. That's a seagull!
Yeah, you're right there. Boy, that is a seagull!
Oh my god.
You just feel his rage.
For a second, I thought that was gonna be a different pigeon, and we were gonna get this tirade. Do all pigeons look the same to you?
Yeah, I was expecting that too.
And then, they cram so much into this episode, because we have all this happen, then they find the one weird picture, they get sent to an alternate, like a past dimension?
You skipped over them going to the White House.
Yeah, you skipped over the turkey.
There was so much in this episode in 11 minutes.
That was most of it, though. The portal only happened in the last, 4 minutes.
But that's what we remember.
Yeah, I know. It is more memorable somehow than anything with... Yeah.
But there's also Marquez going, "We can go back, and it just doesn't work. But as soon as Mike Tyson does it, it's like instant flashback, and Marquez is complaining about it in the show, and I just love Marquez. He's just so low-key mad about everything.
He's always so salty. There's a flashback where, in the flashback, Marquez is reading just like a very, flamboyant magazine with centerfolds. And Marquez is like, what was I reading in that flashback? I don't remember. The details are fuzzy. It was a long time ago.
No, he said he embellishes it on purpose.
Oh yeah,
to
he
make
said
more
that on
interesting.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is awesome.
So we get to the White House, and the question is, I finally dawned on me, it's been 16 years since 9/11.
Yeah.
Like, at first that didn't click with me, and I'm like, are we really making a 9/11 joke?
We really didn't. We really just kind of glossed over.
Yeah, it was always that tragic event.
Yeah.
But it's like 2001, after that tragic event, we need to make sure that we do a good job for the country. We need to decide which turkey to pardon. Young-hee picking the turkey was adorable.
I only knew about the turkey pardon because, like, there's this really amazing video of when Obama pardons a turkey. 2 turkeys, Honest and Abe, and it's, like, the cutest thing. During his speech, they start to gobble. He's like, let me finish. And it's so great. You should check it out. It's
But what's
really
better, the Obama turkey pardon or Sean Spencer as the White House Easter Bunny?
Oh, God.
What? I didn't know that happened.
When Sean Spicer ducked into bushes to dodge interview questions about Comey, someone posted a meme of Sean Spicer hiding between the bushes, and it's Sean Spicer as the Easter Bunny between George and Laura Bush.
Oh my God.
And it's beautiful.
We keep getting sidetracked, like, so hardcore in this episode.
But we're allowed to.
Yeah, we make the rules. That's true.
And I mean, this is related to the episode, right? We can just say it is.
Yeah, because George
Talking about the
Bush.
White House still.
Believe anything.
George Bush. We just tied right back into George Bush. We took a little side road and it looped back on. So, Young-hee in the turkey was so cute. Buddy.
She liked the pale one.
Oh, and she didn't have a car seat. And that was a big thing too.
That was a big thing.
And she's just like, I had no car seat. No, you're fine.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago. It was like 15 years ago. Like, honestly, oh my God.
It's just, oh, Mike's parenting skills worry me. She was homeschooled, that poor thing.
No, there's an episode in season 2 where she is at a school and Mike goes in and like takes her out for a mystery, and like she's like, I'm at school right now, Dad. And then the teacher's like, oh, your dad is Mike Tyson. No, go, it's fine.
Oh.
And so her entire life is being like uplifted every single time they do a mystery.
Yeah, and they're not even that good mysteries, to be fair. Like, that's the thing about the show. The mysteries are always so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like, the turkey one seemed pretty, like, even for the show, it seemed like it was pretty low stakes.
Were you guys expecting something more from the turkey thing? Like, one of the turkeys to be, like, an alien or something?
I expected one of the turkeys to be in Al-Qaeda.
With turkeys, seriously.
I expected one of them to be in Al-Qaeda, I really did. Because it's this show, and this show loves stuff like that.
It really does. Have you seen the first episode of season 2, Justin?
Oh, which one's that?
That's the gnome one.
No, I've not.
So that one, the mystery in that episode is literally there's a stay-at-home mom, a soccer mom, who has a noise in her van, and the entire gang just rides around in her minivan, waiting for the noise to show up in her car. That's the entire mystery. It's incredible.
Oh wow, so this really is like a normal mystery then with the turkeys.
It's like that was their version of a bottle episode. They just sat in a van for the entire episode and they just argued while Mike Tyson watches a video on his iPad. It's incredible. It's so wacky and I love it.
More reasons to go back to the last 2 seasons.
They're great, Michelle.
It's like a grand total of what? It's like 30 11-minute episodes. It's very just zone out, put it on, good fun. Like, if you like stuff like C-Lab 2021, Harvey Birdman, you will like this. It's in that vein. Like, this show is trying to be like Scooby-Doo meets Johnny Quest, that era. And they do a good job of it, too. Speaking
of Scooby-Doo, when they went through the portal to the other dimension, I thought they went to Scooby-Doo Animation Land.
Oh, really? Yeah, it did look a little different.
I was expecting to see the whole gang show up, and I was like, oh, please, we need this.
It will happen eventually. I guarantee it will happen eventually.
I want it so bad.
Because the show is done by Warner Brothers.
I want Pigeon to meet Scooby-Doo. That's all I want.
Ruh-roh. What the bloody hell's a ruh-roh?
Do a part with his wit. That is what I want.
I want, Marquez and Daphne, like, giving fashion advice.
Yeah.
Mike trying to outwit Velma. Or
See,
actually,
this
young
would-
V
I'm
and
on board
Velma,
with this
Mike
now.
and Fred would be. I want this now. Like,
Yeah, me too.
It'll be amazing. It has to happen.
it will. Like, I feel like this show is done by Warner Brothers. It will happen.
There's even the gang where there's even the thing where they both have the same name for their car, and so they're both gonna yell at the same time, and they're
Oh
gonna
my
be.
god.
No,
It's gonna be incredible.
no. This is the Mystery Mobile. That's the Mystery Machine.
That's what they'll argue about, Justin.
That's what they'll argue about,
Yeah.
I want it so bad. So
Oh my god.
So yeah, they find a picture on the wall of family photos that they don't recognize as the guy that owned the house before Mike. They get teleported back in time to where a witch is trying to kill.
What? Like, seriously,
A witch
what?
is trying to break in, kill
With
the
a
man's
knife?
wife and children, cook them into a stew, and feed them to him.
And we just gloss
over.
right over that. We just gloss right
Yeah,
over it.
it does not even matter. They just, like, criticize him for not using the portal to get out of that situation.
Yeah, and they're like, why'd you bring us here instead of just leaving? Yeah, idiot.
And then Mike just breaks the painting, and he's like, I knew that would work. I totally knew that would work.
And then the episode just ends.
Yup.
Yeah, it just ends. Another day in the life.
I was so
Oh,
worried
God.
that when they went through the portal, that was the end of the episode, and that we were going to get the whole season in this alternate time with no Pigeon, and I was so scared. But
Oh yeah, so was I.
then everything worked out, and it was okay.
I mean, does this show have any continuity at all?
I mean, the house was burned down last
Okay,
season, and they built it
that's
up this
true.
season.
That's one thing, but is
Mike
was that
addressed
like
that it is
special
a show.
He did.
Mike
That's
addressed
true.
it is a show.
Also, there are a couple running gags sometimes. They're usually only like one or two gags that continue between episodes. Like last season, there was a gag with his license plate that kept changing, and it kept implying that he was bisexual, and that joke was... I think that joke was probably the most offensive thing to have had in the show, honestly.
Really? I feel like this show is just like, yeah, we're gonna be offensive, but
But it's not
It's all in
like it's
fun.
not like annoying. I mean, like a lot of the gags from the first episode, especially, were actually working really well for me. Like I thought they were pretty funny. So
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's a bad
Yeah.
joke. I'm just saying I think that was just like, that's the limit. If that's too much for you, then don't watch this show. Like if you don't
Okay.
like them making fun of stuff like that. I think it is the most impressive thing is that I never feel really offended by anything. It feels like everything's in not good spirit, but not necessarily
it's not
like they're
like
being mean to each
nasty
other.
humor. Yeah.
No.
yeah, and part of Marquez's character, it almost feels like they're making fun of like a time when you had to kind of be in the closet. 'Cause
Yeah.
he is kind of that older, like Victorian era character. And I mean, his
It
name is
definitely-
Marcus of Queensberry, for crap's sake.
There's that.
Like, it definitely feels like he's being conservative just because he feels like he has to, but he hasn't really adjusted to this time period yet.
Ah, that's interesting though. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like they have like yeah, it definitely seems like he just hasn't adjusted to this time period. And Pigeon is just
Yeah.
Pigeon. He is just an alcoholic gambling fuck. He
Yeah,
got turned
fucking
into a
is.
pigeon.
There are multiple episodes where he, like, kisses people and, like, he walks out of rooms and they said they had great sex with him, and I just don't understand. Like, what is going
We
on in
have
that
walked
room?
in on Pigeon masturbating.
He becomes a masturbating in the second episode, yeah, with the wonderful pillows.
No, we
I don't
see
understand.
him masturbating.
Wait! I don't remember that! Okay.
No,
well,
different episode.
Okay.
Which episode is
It's
this?
like, what?
Season 1.
Oh, I haven't
can't-
seen it.
Can't remember which episode, but just one of them. You just walk in and Pigeon is
Oh,
just
God.
sitting there. Ugh,
Of course.
that's the show, alright.
Not leave me now. Thank you. Thank you, Justin.
That
Oh
image
my
will be in your
God.
head forever.
Did you see the episode where they meet Pigeon's ex-wife?
I've not
Oh
seen
my
that yet.
gosh.
No, they finally met Sasha.
Yeah, that's. I'm not gonna spoil that one. That one's fucking insane. They talk about they find out how he got transformed into a pigeon.
I thought she just cursed
It
him.
obviously doesn't. What was
Is
that?
she
thought-
magical?
I thought
Yeah,
they
how does
just
she
cursed her.
transform
Or cursed
someone?
him.
She just asked God to do it.
Oh, wait, was he like really promiscuous and she was like sick of it or something?
Yeah, many things.
But he seems very sexual as a person, so like that's my only assumption.
But then they met up again and they have sex again, and then she's just like, oh, I'm ready to fix this, and she goes outside to like the docks outside her house, and she says, change me into a pigeon, and then he transforms. Instead of transforming him back into a human, Pigeon is so mad. He's just like, you stupid bitch! You were supposed to turn me back into a human. And then she dies. I'm not kidding, she dies.
What the hell? Okay, well now I don't need to watch it because I know it's
No, you still need to watch it. So
they also can't.
Continue.
Sorry. They also confuse Pigeon for other pigeons in that episode a fair bit.
So
like Mike just picks up a random pigeon and takes it with him to Sasha's house, and it's not Pigeon.
He's awfully quiet today. He must be mad.
I think that's what they actually say in the episode.
That's curious.
So to finally conclude, have you seen the you haven't seen it yet. There is an episode where they go to an IBM chess competition between this chess grandmaster and Deep Blue. And Mike's talking to the chess guy, and the chess guy says he's a grandmaster, and Mike punches him in the face. And he's like, why? And Mike's like, well, I told myself I'd only ever punch someone for 2 reasons. If I got stuck in a time machine with Adolf Hitler, or if I met the Grand Master of the Ku Klux Klan. That's the Grand Wizard, Mike. Then what the fuck is a Grand Master? And so Young-hee has to play the computer. They find out that trapped in the computer is the brain of Bobby Fischer.
What?
Wow, this show.
Also, I call bullshit on Mike saying he doesn't punch people, because he punches someone like almost every other episode. Like, It's just something he does.
He just never remembers, probably.
That's true.
Accurate. So before we leave this episode, because it's already been 37 minutes.
Yeah, what the heck?
Before we leave, we did talk about that end credit music. That sweet, sweet jazz.
I don't even remember it, though. How does it go?
It's just so calm. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like very calm, like saxophone music.
It's a joke in and of itself, because it's usually like something crazy happens, and then the music starts, and you're like, okay, I guess it's over.
It's like, okay, I give up.
Here comes saxophones, I guess it's over.
The whole show is just ridiculous. I'm trying to see if I actually am familiar at all with what's her face, the actress that plays Jung-hee. Her name is Rachel Ramra. I don't think I've seen her in anything else. I mean, I have seen Scooby-Doo and Kiss Rock and Roll Mystery. So I have seen her once. I don't remember the character, but okay, I believe you, Wikipedia.
She was a writer on the Looney Tunes show.
I mean,
make
of that what you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, this has been the first 2 episodes of season 3 of Mike Tyson Mysteries. I've enjoyed this. We're gonna keep doing this every other episode. Because honestly, can we do a podcast every episode? I don't think there's enough content, personally.
It would just be us talking about how weird it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm fine with every other thing. I'm fine with that, We'll stay in the background and be that weird show off in the corner.
Is there one this weekend, even though it's Memorial Day weekend?
That's a good question.
It's Adult Swim. We never know anything.
That's a good point. Let's wait and see.
Alright, so...
May 28th is going to be, looks like the next one.
That is...
so there's not one this weekend?
That is the next one.
Yeah, it is. That's next Sunday.
How could you do this to me, Justin? Introduce me to a show and then they go on and break.
No, they're not.
No, they're going to be.
There is one this Sunday.
Yeah.
May 28th.
I'm sorry.
And then one after that, it's going to be consistent for the next 2 weeks at least.
Wonderful.
I'm so sorry. I'm super tired.
It's okay. Yeah, it's late on a Monday.
It's been a Monday. It has been a Monday. So, thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been the Overly Animated Podcast. I think. Thank you.
We'll find out.
We're pretty sure.
Yeah, we'll find out if Dylan still allows us to continue being the Overly Animated podcast, or if we get kicked off. But find all the information on this podcast at overlyanimated.com. You can support us via Patreon at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you to all of our current patrons. This is what your money goes to. Especially our patron of the podcast, John, aka Johnny Bravo. And thanks as always to our Patreon executive producers, John, Ryan, Steve, and Alex. Upcoming podcast, we have our Jack retrospectives happening if you want more Adult Swim. Of course, Steven Universe Wanted is right around the corner. That's gonna be hype. We'll be back in 2 weeks with our next Mike Tyson Mysteries podcast. Until then, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.